This is your primetime forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia from Dr. Don's Weather. Dr. Don's Weather is made possible by the Randolph County Commission, Heron's Tree Service, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Southern Auction Solutions, Genesis Waite Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Auction 431 South, and Bama Diesel Repair. From the Alpha Weather Center, powered by Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery, Southern Union State Community College, and the venue at 5 Points Farms. Here's Dr. Don.
Good morning, East Alabama and West Georgia. Welcome to your Thursday. Hey, the weekend is in sight, and this fake fall weather is just absolutely gorgeous. What do you mean, fake fall? Well, I'll tell you what I'm talking about coming up in this morning's edition of your Prime Time Forecast, brought to you by the fine folks at Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery in Wedowee, Alabama. You got to go up there and enjoy some delicious barbecue, pork, chicken, brisket, wings. They got the ice cream. It is delicious. Check them out up at 2201 Highway 431 in Wedowee, Alabama. They can handle your takeout orders as well, 256-357-4039. It's Boondocks. We welcome them to our broadcast here on Dr. Don's Weather. Yeah, we'll get to the radar here in just a few moments, but first, let me tell you about Mr. Jamie Dukas. He has got your insurance, can save you a lot of money. Football season's coming up. As a matter of fact, we got games tonight, and you can save some money so you can go enjoy yourself at those games if you get that insurance from Jamie Dukas. He will also be on the radio tonight. He joins the Woodland broadcast crew, so we look forward to that. But scan that QR code you see on the screen, click the link at the top of the video, or call Jamie at 256-831-7770 to find out how much money Jamie Dukas can save you with Alpha Insurance. Head over to the YouTube and make sure you subscribe to Dr. Don's Weather, and you want to click that little bell so that when we go live to cover severe weather, you'll be guaranteed to get the push notification. Ain't happening today. Beautiful weather. It feels like fall again this morning. Enjoy it. There may be a little snap to the air again tomorrow morning, but that's going to go away really quick. This was just a prelude of things to come, a teaser, if you will, because, the heat's coming back to you pretty quick. Over the weekend, we'll be back up into the 90s by the time we get to Saturday and Sunday, even into next week. It's going to heat up once again, but no severe weather for the remainder of this week. And really looking into next week, we don't see anything major on the way, though we're beginning to watch the tropics and show you that in a bit. Again, nothing on Friday. You got to head all the way down into South Florida to get into the thunderstorm activity. And on Saturday, that stalled out front, or the old washed out front, I should say, may back up just a little bit. So if you're going to be along the Alabama or Florida Gulf Coast regions, you may see a few storms, and even over towards Savannah or Charleston, you may get a shower or thunderstorm as well. And here's what I'm talking about. We're watching an area in the Gulf of Mexico. There's nothing out there right now, but the National Hurricane Center tells us that there is a 30 to 40% chance we may see some development out there toward the beginning of next week. Right now, it looks like if that were to happen, it would move toward Texas or maybe northern Mexico. That's still a ways out. And then looking back toward Africa, we have two areas where we already have some development. It's disorganized shower and thunderstorm activity at the moment, but both of those areas looking at about a 60% chance of developing over the next 4 to 5 days. The one closest to the African coast probably would not be a U.S. concern, but that lower latitude storm down there could be an Atlantic coast. There's a slight chance it could zip into the Gulf of Mexico, but most likely that would be a maybe North Carolina or north storm if it develops at all. And it's still way too early to tell. But we're keeping an eye on it. One thing is for sure, we've been just so quiet out there. This has to change because that's how the ocean releases its heat and energy. So we're afraid that we're going to see just a crazy amount of tropical systems all at one time. And so, yeah, the Atlantic Basin is beginning to come alive, and we're going to watch it for you here on Dr. Don's Weather. Current conditions at the venue: 5 Points Farms and 5 Points, Alabama, 64 degrees. Under cloudy skies, the wind is calm at the moment, 97% humidity, the barometric pressure 29.95. The dew point is 64 degrees, no rain the past 24 hours, high temperature 84 degrees. And the sunrise this morning, 6:04 a.m. The sun sets this evening at 7:26 p.m. Headed for 86 degrees this afternoon in Roanoke. Ashland, Lineville, Wedowee will make it to 85. Ranburne 84, 87 down in Lafayette, 89 in Auburn, and we'll top out at 90 degrees this afternoon in Pine Mountain, Georgia. There's your 6-day forecast from the Alpha Weather Center. Jamie Dukas, your local Alpha agent. Hanley will open their season tonight in a jamboree. The Tigers will be playing up in Gadsden, Alabama at Coosa Christian. And then Woodland will be on the road tonight to kick off their 23 campaign down at Beulah. You can hear both of these ball games on the iSchool Sports Network at iSchoolSportsNetwork.com. Adam Slay, Chris May, and Matt Knight will have the call from Gadsden. We will have Taylor Jones and Jamie Dukas down in Beulah land with their broadcast of the Woodland Bobcats tonight. The forecast for today, mostly sunny. There's a little fog out there this morning, so be careful. 86 will be your afternoon high. We'll dip down to 63 tonight. Gorgeous night for high school football, by the way. No chance of rain whatsoever, and should be pretty nice. For tomorrow, we're looking at sunny skies with a high of 91, down to 67 Friday night. Then here comes the heat for the weekend. Saturday, 92. Sunday, a carbon copy. And then on Monday and Tuesday, we really turn things up, back up into the mid-90s on Monday and Tuesday, with daytime highs 93 to 95. Overnight lows will be in the low 70s. You always look at the high temperature for a gauge of how hot it's going to be, but you also need to look at the overnight low, because if we don't get below 70, you can very well bet it's going to be a scorcher the next day, and that'll exactly be the situation Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week. Southern Union State Community College live Doppler HD radar. You see that stalled out front, stretching from about Charlotte, North Carolina, back over to Greenville, Spartanburg, then down to around Macon, and then it trails back to the southwest near the Wiregrass area of southeast Alabama, and then across the Mobile area. So everything should stay south of that as far as precipitation is concerned. That will push a little bit further south tomorrow, then it'll back up as we head into the weekend. So at the moment, that's blocking all of the precipitation across East Alabama and West Georgia. We expect this pattern to continue at least through the first part of next week. Don't forget to follow us over on Twitter. It's at DSTREN1040. We broadcast all of our weather information on the Twitter, as we do on Facebook, YouTube, and at drdonwx.com. That's our home on the World Wide Web. Also, if you own a business and would like to be a partner with us, such as the fine folks at Southern Auction Solutions, all you got to do is send me a message on Messenger, and we can have you started by the time we do our very next weather forecast, which, if the good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise, will be first thing tomorrow morning right here on Dr. Don's Weather.
This has been your primetime forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia from the Alpha Weather Center, powered by Southern Union State Community College. The venue at 5 Points Farms and Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery. Dr. Don's Weather is supported by the Randolph County Commission, Heron's Tree Service, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Southern Auction Solutions, Genesis Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Auction 431 South, and Bama Diesel Repair. Be sure to like us on Facebook, share us with all of your friends, and subscribe to Dr. Don's Weather on YouTube. We will be back tomorrow morning with another edition of your primetime forecast on Dr. Don's Weather.